Hello, I'm Jim Baltz from the Department of Animal Sciences at the University of Illinois. Today we're just going to talk about how to conduct a search using Google. There's going to be three focus areas that we're going to look at. One is conducting just your basic search. Two, how to narrow down your search once you get your results. And three, we're going to look at novel ways to do a search that you may not have used yet. When you do your basic search, the first thing that you should do is use unique and specific terms. So in this example, if I do a search for dairy, I'm going to have 197 million results. That's going to be pretty hard to sort through. But if I search for Holsteins, you see the results go down to 77 million. If I search for Holstein cattle, I go to 569,000. A much lower number, but still pretty many. The other trick is if I use quotation marks and search for exact phrase. So in this example, searching for Holstein cattle again, but in quotation marks, I cut that by over half down to 223,000 results. Throw in another term, in this case, Holstein dairy cattle in quotation marks, I get it down to 78,000 results. 78,000 was still a lot of results. Now, how do you narrow that down even farther? Well, when you do your search, you're going to notice that there's these specialized search engines at the top. So you can search the web, images, news, shopping, etc. The other thing that I use quite often is the time. If I click on this, and you'll find this by clicking on search terms, that your drop-down menu here, I can search any time, which is the normal, but I can also restrict it down to the past month or the past year if I want more up-to-date information, or I can set a custom range. And then the last is operators. Now you may be asking, what is a search operator? Well, a search operator is sometimes referred to as a search parameter. It is a character or string of characters used in a search engine to narrow the focus of your search. Here are three basic operators. One is the hyphen. This will allow you to search for words that could be one, two, or a hyphenated word. In this example, in dairy, we have milk fat. If I do a search for milk-fat, it will give me results for milk fat as one word, milk fat as two words, and milk-hyphenated fat. Another operator is the asterisk, and you can use that to fill in unknown gaps. In this example, the asterisk jumps over the moon. Of course, immediately, if you search this in Google, it starts bringing up the cow jumped over the moon. And then lastly, the minus sign. The minus sign, you can use to exclude a word. In this example, when we did dairy, it brought up many dairy recipes or dairy foods. So if I do minus recipe and minus food, it'll remove those from the search results. Now let's look at novel ways to conduct a search. Here are three ways to uniquely limit a search. One is by file type, the other is by the site, and another is in title. Let's go over these. The file type, if you're looking for a PDF or an MP3 or whatever file you're looking for, what you can do is put your search terms in, then at the end of it, put file type, PDF if you want PDF, and you can do that for any files. The other is site. If you want to limit your search to a specific site or domain, what you can do is put in, like in this example, site:/edu. That will only bring you results from like illinois.edu. Or you can get more specific, like the next example in site:/usda.gov. That will only give you results from the USDA. In title is one that I found very useful in limiting the number of results. What it does is at least limits the search to the words that appear in the title of the page. So in this example, if I put in title:/Holstein, it will only bring up pages that has Holstein in the title of that page. Now lastly, if you get to a page that you find very useful, what you can do is find out what sites link to that site. So let's go and do an example. All right, in this example, I think a lot of people are going to the University of Illinois Department of Animal Sciences page to find information. I want to find the sites linking to it. So what I can do is I can take this and do a search by going link and put in the URL for that page and then search. Now you'll see part of the problem here is a lot of my pages are from illinois.edu. It doesn't really show me pages linking to this site from outside. How can I limit this search farther to find places outside the University of Illinois and linking to it? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to use the minus sign, which we've talked about before, and cite. So what this is going to do is remove any links coming from illinois.edu. So let's see what happens. So if I do minus, no space, colon, illinois.edu, now you can see I have no links here from illinois.edu. If you found this useful, there's also two sites that I would recommend. One, if you tend to forget all the different commands that we talked about, the google.com/advanced_search page has a lot of these commands built into that page. And it's just a fill in the blank, as you see here. You put all the words, or if you're looking for an exact phrase, any words, or none of these words, that's your minus sign. And you can see off to the side, it'll tell you what it's doing. And www.googleguide.com, this is a great reference for all the different operators and different ways that you can search, and it goes into in-depth. So if you want to be a search guru, I recommend going there and reading about this. Well, I hope you found this useful. Thanks, and have a great day.